10 seconds.
Okay. This is my last show of the year live. There'll be other shows. We're going to re-air some of my favorite shows of the year. And I'm going to take a little break. But for today, we're going to talk about our favorite things that we learned this year. It doesn't have to be on my show. It could be something that you've learned as a result of your walk in life. And so fasten your seatbelt. We're going to have a wonderful conversation on awareness, gifts, and lessons. Time to dance.
This is the place you can always turn to when you need a friend. The Lillian McDermott Show. To reach out to Lillian, visit her on the web at whenyouneedafriend.com. Now let's all learn together. Here's Lillian McDermott.
Hello, my listening friend. It's so nice we can meet each other on the air on this beautiful, best day ever. For those of you who are new to the Lillian McDermott radio show, the purpose of the show is to provide a safe place where you can go to when you need a friend. It is my commitment to provide alternative ways to heal, and it is my mission to make awareness, responsibility, and truth a part of our everyday life. And I hope you, my listening friend, will feel empowered to live the life of your dreams. Now, I also want to encourage you to consider a new truth. This is the new truth that we talk about on the show. We've all been taught by our parents, and they were taught by their parents, and they were taught by their parents. But what if somewhere along the way, what we learned was something that was untrue? That was something that someone made up. That was something that was beneficial back then, but maybe now there's another learning. There's advances. What if you are open to learn or consider that there may be something else out there? Today, this is my last show of the year live. There are going to be more shows, and I'm going to encourage you to listen to some of the shows, especially if you missed them or not. You know, I'm going to be on vacation. I'm taking the Christmas holiday break. For me, we celebrate Christmas in our home. We also celebrate New Year's and Epiphany. For those of you who've never heard of Epiphany, it's one of my favorite days. It's the 12th day of Christmas. And so there's so many things that this year we've tackled. We've tackled a bunch of things that I never thought I would learn, that I didn't even know I didn't know. So I want to hear from you. I want to hear what you have learned. This year has flown by, and all of us have had experiences. We've learned from many of the teachers that have been on the show, and we've also learned on our own. You know, there are many gifts and lessons that we've experienced along the way. Maybe we think, oh man, this is really a horrible thing that happened to me. But then you look back and you go, wow, this really taught me a lot. I didn't like it when it was happening, but gosh, it really supported me in where I'm at today and my beliefs and my values. So this year, we're going to take a grateful look at 2017 and see how, with gratitude, that experience that we may have perceived as not as good as what we thought it was going to be, truly brought us more learning lessons than anything. I would love to, I'm going to share some of my learning lessons or whatever you want to say or want to call it, but I want to hear from you. And I've been accused of saying the phone number very, very fast. So I'm going to say a little slower this time. I would love to hear from you. I want to hear what you've learned from the show or what has been your greatest lesson of this year. And the number is 407-373-5945. 59. That is a number that I hope you save in your favorites, because from time to time we have giveaways, and from time to time we have different things that we can honor you with. Books. Maybe you have something to share like today. I would love to hear from you today. 407-373-5959. Or if you're in the Jacksonville area and you would like to call the station, you can call 904-296-1062. I want to hear what, driving around. I've had some people send me texts in the past, but I want to hear today. As you're driving, pull over to the side if you need to text, or do voice to text, or call on the phone and leave a message. But today I want to hear, what have been your pearls on the show, and how have those whatever you heard on the show helped you throughout your day, helped you throughout dealing with an issue. So today I'm going to talk about my favorite things and what I've learned in the show, and I hope that you will also fill in my time by sharing what you have heard. I've got some people out there that have been so good at texting me through the years, and I want to shout out to Mike. And there's also, I found out that there is a woman in Merritt Island that their daughter knows my nephew and my niece-in-love, and her name is Carol. So Carol is the mother of Christina, and I hear that she is a lover of the show. Are you a lover of the show? Do you look forward to 8 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 5 o'clock to listen to the show? Why? I want to hear what it is that kind of has resonated with you and has allowed you to feel more empowered as a result. And so that is the conversation today. It is the pearls, the awareness, the gifts, the lessons of 2017 on the Lillian McDermott Radio Show. And we're going to continue worldwide at whenyounneedafriend.com. We'll be right here waiting for you. Please remember, 407-373-5959. Share your thoughts. Okay, so what have you, my viewers, that you're kind of like a show in the show, and I hope that I noticed that we're picking up lots of subscribers, and I want to thank you for subscribing in my YouTube channel. I want to encourage you to also subscribe at whenyounneedafriend.com. This is where we all learn and grow together. I'm going to share a little bit about my story when we get back on the air, and share how the show came about. And since 2011, my life is different today than it was back then. And I really attribute the change to me seeking personal growth. And once I put myself in that situation, it is amazing how when the student is ready, the teacher appears. And we've had some incredible guests this year, and every single one of them has taught me something different. But today, it's about you. Today is about learning what it is that you have learned on the show, some of the videos that you've seen, and I want to encourage you to write them down below in the subject or the comment section, and I would love to hear about it. Okay, so I guess, Brian, I'm going to... Okay, it's time to dance. I hear the music.
You can text Lillian McDermott or leave her a voicemail at 407-373-5959. Once again, here's Lillian.
So what have you learned this year? Have you taken any pearls from the Lillian McDermott Radio Show? I want to encourage you to text or call 407-373-5959 and tell me what your takeaways have been. You can call, leave a message, or you can text my cell phone, 407-373-5959, or you can call 904 in the Jacksonville area, 904-296-1062. 1062 or 1062. That is the number of the show. And Brian will answer if you decide to call the station, and he will let you know, and he will type in your question. If you feel too shy, you don't want to come on the air, that's fine. We just want to hear what have been the pearls. What do you want to learn? Maybe you want to learn something for 2018. We don't know what that is, so you got to share. This is one of the things that I want to share with you today is all the different growth opportunities I've had this year. And starting with moving to Jacksonville. Now, physically, I still live, I guess I've got two homes now. I've got Brevard County. I live in Cape Canaveral. And I also have Jacksonville. When I go up to Jacksonville, I have my Jacksonville family that I stay with and I just absolutely adore. And so it's been such an incredible growth for the show to be in such great markets. And so I'm very grateful to the Jacksonville audience, my listening friends in Jacksonville, as well as the fans that have been with me since 2011. So one of the things I wanted to, that I opened with when I started the show today is sometimes we think something horrible has just happened. It may be terrible, and it's something that we need to learn to deal with. But in the process of learning how to deal with it, we learn a little bit more about ourselves, don't we? So what started off as a horrible, thing for me, I signed a non-compete agreement as a marketer. That's something I don't do anymore. But at the time, I was new at it, and I signed a non-compete with an out clause. Before 90 days, I was able to be released within 90 days without a reason. Since no one's ever done that, I just signed the agreement plus the non-compete. Non-compete. And on the 89th day, I was let go. No reason other than they love what I was doing, but they decided they were going to change the position. So with that in mind, prior to the 89th day, they asked for all my contacts, all my leads, everything. And the commission that I would have earned was substantial. Well, on the 89th day, I found myself with starting over. And I reached out to my some of the accounts I had been working with, and within 6 hours, I had my business. The first person that replied, that learned I was no longer with the company, said, "I don't care what you're doing. I want to make sure that you start your own company, and I want to be your first client." What a great compliment, right? What started off as something that was a horrible thing, or could have been a horrible thing, it turned out to be such a blessing. Back in 2010, I started my own company. And when I started my own company, I created a campaign, and someone said, "Hey, maybe you should go on the radio and talk about this campaign." So I did. I went on the radio, and after a 30-minute interview, the owner, John Harper, came to me and said, "Wow, how long have you been doing radio?" And I looked at my watch and I said, 30 minutes. And that is what started the Lillian McDermott radio show. Had I not moved and been seduced by this company to start with them and give them all my leads, all my contacts that, by the way, I could not reach out to, I could not do this kind of work for 2 years, but I reinvented myself. I created something different. And so that was a defining moment that if you think something is really horrible, just sit back, because you will discover there's a blessing in there. And so this was the start of my journey, of my, I would say, adult journey, because it's when I feel I've done the most growing. So what has happened since the show has been remarkable. They say that the person who starts a marathon or a triathlon or, an Ironman is not the same person that finishes the race. So I'm here to tell you that because of the shows and because of the wonderful teachers that I've had on the air, It allowed me the opportunity to focus on personal growth. Because if I am going to expect you to, and I don't expect you to do anything other than text me at 407-373-5959 and let me know what you have learned this year on the Lillian McDermott Radio Show or in your life. What have been some of the gifts and lessons, some of the awareness that you have, that you're now dealing with, that is requiring a change in you. So what happened to me was that beginning of saying yes. I could have said, well, I've never done radio. I don't know what to do with that. So I'm going to say no. No, I said yes. I don't know why I said yes, because I didn't have the experience, but something within me was greater than me, said yes for me. And when you live life without fear, then your yeses become great opportunities to learn what to do or what not to do. So this started off this whole thing with growth. And if I'm going to try to grow with you and grow together and share that's my goal, then I need to grow too. I need to lead by example. So this year, starting 2017, I said, if things don't change in the show, I think I'm just going to continue focusing on my business. And this is when the opportunity came through to start with Jacksonville. It's been such an incredible growth, an incredible opportunity. And I want to thank all of the listeners of the Lillian McDermott Radio Show that little by little, you feed me so that I continue to move forward. So this year, we've had some great teachers on the Lillian McDermott Radio Show. Not just my listeners have been great teachers, but I stumbled upon a video called Eating You Alive. Eating You Alive, prior to that, the video that I would recommend as a certified life coach that started off as a result of this growth process. I went for personal growth for myself, later returned and said, I really want to give this back to others, and became a certified life coach. And as I was going through, when people are unhappy with their life, chances are nutrition plays a key role. So it was really interesting that I stumbled upon Forks Over Knives, Food Matters, Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. These are some videos that kind of taught me at the beginning. And I've interviewed many of these people since then. But here's the thing. I would always say, go to watch the documentary Forks Over Knife, which Forks Over Knives is an incredible documentary and one that I still recommend. But then Eating You Alive came out, and it exposed me to new doctors that I had never heard of before. And so we've had several shows with Mylan Ross, and Mylan is going to be back next year to talk about the fact that now he's released over 200 pounds. He's going to be on the cover of some magazines. He did this with a whole food, plant-based diet. And so he's going to be coming back on. And I would have never met him had it not been for this documentary. Eating You Alive. We gave a free copy of Eating You Alive not too long ago. And I want to encourage you to go to their grand opening or to keep your eye out for their theatrical debut, which I believe is soon in January. I believe it's January 5th. I'm not 100% sure. I'll get back to you on that when it comes to the break. I'll research it. But for now, just know that Eating You Alive has been an incredible teacher for me, as well as meeting Dr. Mona Lisa Schultz. Dr. Mona Lisa Schultz taught me that every illness has a root cause, an emotional root cause. If you can figure out the emotional root cause, then getting better or healing the body will be quicker, and you'll be able to kind of release all those issues. That everything in life has a cell memory, not just your memory, but a cell memory, and it goes to different sections of your body. They're centers. Some people call them chakras. So these health centers are also called chakras. Dr. Mona Lisa Scholes, with just knowing your name, your age, and what area of concern in your body, she's able to tell you what the emotional connection is to that particular illness. You can listen to Dr. Mona Lisa Scholes, Lillian, whenyouneedafriend.com. Listen to some of her shows. We've had some volunteers that have been able to say, you know what, I want to learn what the root cause. This is something that we cannot figure out. Doctors have not been able to figure out why I'm sick. And Mona Lisa will listen to the area of concern in the body, and she's able to hone in to the emotional component or the emotional attachment and help you heal. So I went to Maine to learn this technique. And let me tell you, it is amazing. And she is spot on, because I've had people on the show that have volunteered, that I know them personally, and I've not mentioned anything. Mona Lisa does not want to hear their voice. She does not talk to them beforehand. I never tell her who's going to be on the show. She finds out when I say their name. And let me tell you, because I know these people, I know she has been spot on. It's spooky. So if you're dealing with an illness, I want to encourage you to listen to some of the shows that Dr. Mona Lisa Scholes has been on, because it makes you think that things are all connected. We are all interconnected. So I'm very grateful to Dr. Mona Lisa Scholes, as well as all the healers that have come on the show to share that our bodies will heal naturally. We just need to give it what it needs. What does your body need? That's all you need to ask. Ask your body, what do you need? What is causing me to be unhappy? What is causing me this discontentment? And I guarantee you, you'll probably be able to go back to your childhood. Something that you thought you dealt with a long time ago maybe needs to be dealt with at a deeper level. That layer of the onion gets to be peeled back a little bit more and a little bit more until you reveal that root cause that sat there in that health center, that healing center, and just needs to be released. And so as we enter 2017, I want to encourage you to listen to the shows that has Dr. Mona Lisa Scholes in it and see if there's something that you need to release. And I want to encourage you to call or text 407-373-5959 and share some of your pearls that you've learned this year on the Lillian McDermott Radio Show when we return worldwide at whenyouneedafriend.com. We'll be right here waiting for you. Sometimes the music comes on so loud.
Or leave her a voicemail at 407-373-5959. Once again, here's Lillian.
Welcome back to the Lillian McDermott Radio Show, where you can hear us worldwide at whenyouneedafriend.com. I am your host, Lillian McDermott, and it is my goal that we learn from each other, go through life with childlike wonder. Make sure that when you are in the presence of someone, you will pick up something. You can learn what to do and what not to do. So each opportunity is a gift and a lesson of what to do and what not to do. So today I'm talking about all the awareness, the gifts, the lessons of 2017. I don't know about you, but 2017 has flown. And let me tell you, I have enjoyed every single minute of since 2010 or 2011 when I started the show. I love every single person that has texted to acknowledge that they have learned something, or that they have, that perhaps maybe the topic that we had talked about that particular day was something that they were dealing with at that moment. If you have had an opportunity to listen to the show and there is something very special that you learned or you grew from because you heard that show, I would love to hear from you. 407-373-5959. I want to thank so many people that have made the show possible. I want to start off with the audience in Brevard County, from Daytona to West Palm Beach. My show, the Lillian McDermott radio show, is heard from noon and 5. And then, of course, the Jacksonville at 8. And then on Saturdays at 11. This has been such an incredible gift. And I want to thank Henry Hoot for this, and Alexis and Ed Dean. Without them, this show wouldn't have expanded. And John Harper, without him, the show wouldn't have started in Brevard County. Just started off with this little show, and it's gotten bigger and bigger as we've gone on. And every year has been the best year ever. It really has. So I wanted to say thank you to everyone who has had their thumbprint. But then there's a closer core level that every day, they do something for me. Do something for the show. And I'm going to start with Brian, who has admitted to me he has not learned anything from the show. Nothing. Zero. Zilch. And he is my board operator and someone I trust. He records all my promos. He is such a wonderful young man who, even if he hasn't learned a thing from my show, I still believe he has. And I am excited every time we are together. He does such a good job that I can just relax and trust that he has it all under control once I'm on the air. And when I'm off the air, he is telling me what I need to do next. So I am so grateful to Brian and Larry, who's the engineer, who makes sure that all the shows are recorded and sent out. And so Larry does such a wonderful job. And okay, so now I'm going to go even closer to the core. Everything I do, everything I write is edited by my husband, Robert. Without him, I would not be able to sound as articulate as I do on print or my blogs. So without him, I just don't know what I would do. He is my right hand. And then my left hand is Ashley McDermott. Ashley keeps everything running smoothly. She makes sure that the guests are found and booked, and she keeps my calendar. She is my assistant. Without her, I do not know what I would do with this team. It takes a village, they say. It takes a village, and it is true. Without any of this. And then finally, all of you, my listening friends and my viewing friends, all of you, without you, then why would anybody want to sponsor the show? So there we go. So you listen and you support me by every time you text or you say something about the show, whether you like it or not. If you hate the show, I still want to hear from you. I want to hear why. Why did it take? Because I remember one of the calls that I will always remember is when I first started. This woman had been listening to me for 2 years. And one day I said something that sounded really good in my head. And the moment I said it, I realized, oh my God, that sounds so wrong. That woman called the show to tell me that she's listened to my show for 2 years. 2 years. And she was appalled that I would say what I said at that moment. It took her 2 years to call the show, and she waited for something that I said that was awful to call in. And so I thanked her for listening to the show. And I said, please, please, please don't wait till I do something wrong or perceived wrong, because I apologized right after I said it. I said, oh, that sounded wrong, and here is why. And I immediately took it back. You can't, once you say it, it's on the air, you say it, and there's nothing you can do. It's not like someone can bleep you when you are live. And so I thought, isn't that so human to say, I love your show. I've listened to your show for the last 2 years, but I was so angry with you right now, I called. Don't wait till you get angry with me. Make sure that you share with me the good, the bad, the ugly. I don't have an ego when it comes to things like this. There may be an ego with something else, but not for this. I truly want to learn. I want to grow with you. And that is my motivation. So I want to encourage you to do that. And last but not least, my sponsors. And I'll name my sponsors at the end of the show. But without my sponsors, this show would not happen. So who's more important? Who's less important? All of you are important. All of you make this show what it is. And I am so grateful that we've all come together, that the planets aligned, and now we are from North Florida all the way down to South Florida. And we are growing every year, getting greater and bigger guests so that we can grow together. And I want to encourage you to go to whenyouneedafriend.com, because this is where we stay connected. This is where we know what's going on. And this is where we take 100% responsibility for our life. Yes, I know that there are times in our lives we do not choose what happens to us, but we can certainly choose how we respond to whatever is happening in our life. And I will promise you that how you respond will define who you are. It will define who you are. So who are you? Who are you? And who do you want to be? That's where we get to sit down and look at ourselves without judgment, without blame, shame, fault, or duty, and say, you know what? The buck stops here. This is what I am going to do. No matter what you have done to me, I am going to live the life I want. And so I want to encourage you to go to whenyouneedafriend.com. When you subscribe, the show goes right to you and to your tablets, to your phone. Also, when you subscribe, you get my 90-day challenge to self-love ebook. You also get to see the blogs. You get my blogs beforehand. Before anybody else knows what's going on in the show, you know. So go to whenyouneedafriend.com, like me on my social media, subscribe to my YouTube page. Also, you can find me on demand on Apple Podcasts, Google Play Music, iHeartRadio, YouTube, and now I am on Spotify. So if you are a Spotify lover, then you can find me there now too. And as always, you can call me, leave a message, 407-373-5959. That's my text, 407-373-5959. No excuse. We can stay connected 24/7. So today we are talking about the gifts and lessons. And for those of you who have ever gone to whenyouneedafriend.com, you will find I have a wonderful page called 100% Responsibility. If you are unhappy with anything in your life, anything, whether you caused it or you did not cause it, if you take 100% responsibility for your life, it will change that experience. I promise you this. And if it doesn't, reach out to me because I will help you get there. But there are 4 little questions that if whatever it is that you're dealing with, you answer these 4 little questions, by the time you were done, you will realize that everything is a gift, that everything is a lesson, and that it is there to create the person, to mold the person you truly want to be. So I want to encourage you to go to whenyouneedafriend.com and continue the conversation on and off the air, whether I'm in Jacksonville or Brevard or anywhere in between. I want to encourage you because not all of us have a good friend to turn to. And I hope that you can see that that's what I want to be for you. And so today we're talking about the gifts and lessons for 2017. Hopefully what you've learned by listening to the radio show, text me 407-373-5959 or leave a message 407-373-5959. And we're going to continue our conversation worldwide at whenyouneedafriend.com. We'll be right here waiting for you. I mean, we need to send it to him. Okay, here we go. Is this the last segment?
Yep.
Okay, good,
You can
Brian.
text
Thank you
Lillian
so much.
McDermott or leave her a voicemail at 407-373-5959. Once again, here's Lillian.
Welcome back to the Lillian McDermott Radio Show, where we always learn and grow with one another. And so today, I wanted to go back because I had mentioned to keep your eyes open. On February 7th, Eating You Alive, the documentary Eating You Alive, is going to do their theatrical debut. And I think they're opening in 500 theaters. If you go to Phantom Events, you'll be able to see if there is a showing of Eating You Alive in the area. And it's going to be February 7th at 7 p.m. So mark your calendars. Also, January 5th, we're going to kick off the year with Karina Lamalfa, and we're going to do that event live. People that want to become whole food plant-based, which, by the way, another thank you is Dr. Joel Furman, who for 2 years, once a month, has come on the show. Amazing. We have learned so much from him and grown. That was one of the texts that I received from people that have listened to the show and continue to grow. Whole food plant-based. I'm recommitting to being 100% whole food plant-based in 2018. And we're kicking it off with Karina Lamalfa on the show January 5th. And we are going to answer any questions that you might have about eating whole food plant-based. So you can reach out to me at lily@whenyouneedafriend.com. So I wanted to go back and tell you about that. So we met the people from Ethos Health, which is Karina Lamalfa. We've also are doing shows, and I'm very committed to 2 more. Not only am I committed to a holistic healing for cancer, I'm also committed to the topic of vaccines and also the topic of Alzheimer's, dementia, memory loss. So there are so many things that we're learning. And this year, one of my biggest lessons that I learned from Alzheimer's was that when you are diagnosed with dementia, only about 30% actually do have it. You have to, in order for them to confirm whether or not you're dementia or Alzheimer's, they have to check your brain after you die. That's not a good way to find out. So these doctors that are going to be coming on the show are going to give us homemade different ways that we can learn how to heal our memory and some of the things that we can do. Of course, Dr. Joel Furman, with a nutritarian lifestyle, believes and has proven that when you do eat a diet that is high in nutrients, macronutrients, that your body remains healthy. So you're not susceptible to these diseases that need not happen: heart disease, diabetes, stroke. And he also says, and he's been on the show saying, that if you're not actively having a heart attack, you can reverse it. Even if you have 1%, that you have an artery with 1%, you can reverse it. They've proven this over and over again. And I've had doctors on the Lillian McDermott radio show that have talked about that too. So we are now, I just wanted to share that these are some of the things that I am working on for 2018. Also, mark your calendars for February 12th. February 12th is a Friday. No, a Monday. No, I have got to figure out what February 12th is. I believe it's a Monday. And we are going to do a new you, a new year, a new you. Nope. Here we go. A new year, a new truth, a new you. And that's going to be the theme throughout 2018. A new year, a new truth, a new you. And so we're going to do an event on that day, February 12th, at the Salem Center. How big it's going to be will depend on you. So if you'd like to be a part of this, I am hoping this is going to be a free event. If you want to come to a free event, you've got to start making a commitment today. So send me an email at lily@whenyouneedafriend.com. That's LILLY at whenyouneedafriend.com. This is so important that you send this information in, that you do want to be a part of this event, because the more people want to be involved, the more sponsors I can get, the freer this is going to be. And we're going to learn how to embrace good health naturally. You know, just a couple days ago, I was told that the FDA is cracking down on homeopathic remedies because, and this is horrible, that because of an ingredient that was in a holistic or homeopathic, as it was a teething product, that this little boy had a seizure, and as a result of this particular ingredient, 10 people had died. Not this product in particular, but the ingredient that was in the product. It had killed or 10 children, or they say 10 people have died. They didn't say how they ingested this particular ingredient, but the FDA is cracking down on holistic therapies, IV treatments. They're cracking down on cancer, holistic treatments for cancer, but yet they're okay with a 2.1 survival rate of 5 years chemotherapy. So I'm still committed to cancer and healing it naturally, but I don't understand why the FDA isn't cracking down on the treatments, the conventional treatments for cancer that are killing hundreds of thousands of people throughout the beginning of the treatment of chemotherapy, radiation, surgeries. What happened there? Why aren't they cracking down on the pharmaceutical industry that every day somebody dies taking drugs the right way, for the right reason, right dose? Why aren't they cracking down on that? So we've got to learn to stand up. Listen to some of the teachers that we have on the show, if not all of the teachers. Do your own research. That is so important, that we look at what we are allowing people to make decisions for us. We are allowing a culture, and this is exactly what happened when Hitler took over. He started minimizing the Jewish people, and nobody did anything. It was okay to treat them that way as long as I wasn't being treated that way. And look what happened. Nobody did anything. It is time that we take a stand. It is time that we not fight. We don't even need to fight. We just need to say it's not okay. I believe that it's very important for the FDA to crack down on anything that causes death, including the pharmaceutical industry. We have become so desensitized with side effects. And so I want to encourage you to, this new year, that the new truth will give you the power to take a stand, to stand up and say, not in my watch. No, I believe that this is what I want. I want to be able to have the choice of not vaccinate myself. And if you're going to vaccinate me, prove to me it was done safely, that the product that I am being injected with is safe. So there's so much that we're going to be talking about in 2019. And I'm so grateful that we are going to learn together. I want to thank my sponsors. I want to thank the Brockwell Firm, Bird and Bird, Messick Law, Transformations, Medical Weight Loss Clinic, the Pharmacy, Sunseed Co-op, Liberty Health Share, and I am looking forward to embracing new sponsors as we go along. There's so much that we don't know, and I hope and I wish that every single one of us will embrace the new year and consider that maybe there is a new truth out there, so that it will create a new you. You want to change the world? Start with you. And no matter what is happening in your life, I would love for you to consider to choose love. Choose love, joy, peace, unexpected abundance. And may this holiday season bring you all the awareness so that you can take a stand for yourself, because you know what? You were created by our Creator, and you are enough. Remember, I'll be right here waiting for you worldwide at whenyounneedafriend.com. This is Lillian McDermott wishing you love, peace, joy, and unexpected abundance. Make it the best day ever. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. I want to thank you, my YouTube viewers. Thank you for subscribing. I look forward to a wonderful year with you as well. See ya. Happy New Year.